Eleksyon sa Ontario, Huwebes. Balikan po muna natin ang maikling panahon ng pangangampanya ng provincial party leaders. Sapat nga bang isang buwan para tumatak sa mga botante ang mga pangako at plataporma nila? May report si Paula Saraza.
And I will do whatever it takes to protect the people of Ontario, in turn, because we're the engine of Canada, protecting all Canadians. We will not back down.
Katapusan ng Enero nang magpatawag ng snap election si Ontario Progressive Conservative Party leader Doug Ford. Ang dahilan niya rito.
We need a mandate from the people to fight against Donald Trump's tariffs.
First of all, I'm asking for your vote to have a strong mandate to outlive and outlast Donald Trump.
Sa halos isang buwang pangangampanya, naging abala ang party leaders na ligawan ng mga botante. Pero aminado silang naging hamon ang maikling panahon para ibenta ang kanilang mga plataporma at makuha ang tiwala ng publiko.
He decided to make campaign announcements instead of showing up for meetings which were about how we develop a strong, united approach to the threat of tariffs. So I don't think he's showing up for Ontarians. I think the only person he's actually in this for is himself and his job.
Sa issue ng affordability, housing, healthcare at banta sa ekonomiya ng probinsya dala ng tariff threats ni US President Donald Trump, umikot ang mga pangako ng party leaders.
And if he puts tariffs on anything in Canada or Ontario, they're getting a tariff on their electricity.
How I'm going to get you a family doctor. Job one, day one.
We are bringing in a game-changer, universal grocery rebate program that's going to change the lives of about 4 million residents in the province of Ontario.
These are the kinds of solutions that will ensure generational fairness, ensure that young people have an affordable future with a home they can count on.
I think there's a need for a different type of governing, a different type of leadership that really focuses on the needs of Ontarians.
Pero ayon sa Filipino-Canadian Civic Action Network, marami sa komunidad ang interesadong marinig ang plano ng bawat partido pagdating sa edukasyon, lalo't ramdam umano ang kakulangan sa pondo sa nasabing sektor. Gayon din ang pagtugon sa isyung hinaharap ng mga international students sa probinsya.
The discussion around this has become a way to use international students as a scapegoat for the lack of investment in education. But we all need to remember that international students are here for their lives and they are more than just numbers and data.
Batay sa datos ng Elections Ontario, nasa 6% lamang ang naitalang advance voter turnout para sa halalan ngayong taon. Mas mababa kumpara noong 2022 at 2018 provincial elections. Ani Gerardo, malaking epekto nito ang tila hindi na paghandaang snap election.
This is not enough time for us to really get informed about the different party politics, the different party platforms, and really getting to know our candidates. This is also in the middle of a lot of instability across the country. So many things that are happening politically. There was a lack of engagement in the Ontario election, frankly, because it was really bad timing.
Diin ni Gerardo, maging leksyon daw sana ang halalang ito sa kahalagahan ng pakikilahok ng Filipino-Canadians sa political process sa probinsya. Paula Saraza, Omni News, Toronto.